It's Week 12 of the National Football League, and we'll see Fred Warner. He was terrific defensively last week with 11 tackles. It's the 49ers and the Eagles, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback.
So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Purdy going to the air right away.
Connects with Kittle underneath. And he shreds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
What a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 17 carries, 75 yards.
He comes into this one ranked 9th in the NFL in rushing. I think that every member of that offense knows exactly where he sits. You can see it from every one of them out there. They're all fully committed to making this a game where it really breaks free and climbs a couple of spots.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That one a first down pickup of 8.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
You look at this Eagle defense.
This crew against the pass, issues at times, ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
When they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against some people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Play action. Now Purdy.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Hassan Reddick in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here.
On the return, it's Rodgers. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The 2nd-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season in Oklahoma.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know you're just trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Back to Gainwell here on second down. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there was a 49er who's in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Here's 3rd and 6. Hurts. Over the middle, it's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. The Eagles had 8-3 now. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
You can admire his willingness to sacrifice his body to try and pick up the first down, and I do. But let's face it, you know his coaches are going to warn him about diving or extending for a marker for this exact reason. So much easier to have the ball knocked free when you're extended like that. So if you're going to dive, you got to make sure you secure the football, which he didn't.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. Following the fumble recovery, Purdy, and that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. You look at this Eagle defense, currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Purdy now to throw off the play action. Connects with Kittle underneath. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5. Eluding the pressure right. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first. Looked like a pretty smart decision that time to keep the football by the quarterback.
It was, because you saw how the runner got swarmed. So you've got to pull the ball from his arms, keep it yourself, and get what you can. And the most underrated player on this play is the running back. Because even if he doesn't have the ball, he has to act like he does in order to attract the defense.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Hurts throw complete here to his receiver Brown. And now a pause because we got A.J. Brown staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. And he's going to have an Eagles first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell. He's got it to the 43 here. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. From the 43, here's 2nd and 6. They go play action with Hurts.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think I didn't know that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. And lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Here's Hurts to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 31-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Throwing is Hurts.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And the great coach said football is a really simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. He's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Gainwell trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1.
Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
They'll look to run with Gainwell.
And this time he is in.
Kenneth Gainwell hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good. And looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And here's Rodgers on the return. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Let's look at Kenneth Gainwell as this offense comes back out. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just... wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
From the gun, it's Hurts. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. A pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. This is taken at the 23. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. The throwing here, Purdy. He had to reach for that one, but can't grab it. It's behind him, and it's incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Got a man, it's Berrios, complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
And meanwhile, the pass that should have been intercepted, it winds up falling incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And San Francisco gets set to go here. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his best thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Second down, here's Purdy to throw. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And he gets this one just shy of 40 to mark him down at the 49. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Boy, that ball's just hanging up there, waiting to be intercepted. That looked doomed from the start, but they took the deep shot anyway, and fortunately, it winds up incomplete.
Purdy will look to throw again here. Finding McCaffrey on the slant. And he has another first down as they get the ball down to the Eagles 37. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
They go with the empty set there, 5 receivers in the formation. Normally, you want to have a running back in to block, but in this case, he's lined up to the right, and he ends up getting the football. A lot of confusion caused defensively, and it turns into a big play.
Purdy's throw pulled in by... Result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. That catch, by the way, number 505 of his career, and that ties him with a couple of other tight ends for the past, Frank Wycheck and Dallas Clark.
And those guys were excellent players, but how about what we're seeing right now? 505 and rising. What a nice career he's put together.
A second down throw for Purdy. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he has another first down as they get the ball down to the Eagles 18. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. The defensive line made pretty easy work of the offensive line that time.
And people get tired of the cliche that the battle is won in the trenches, but it's a cliche because it's true. And how about the battle right there? One on the edge, and the ball carrier did not benefit.
They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and it'll be a third and about 13. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
That is caught by the tight end Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the 49ers are an extra point away from drawing level. Moody good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 9. Duvernay in motion. Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
A On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. It'll go on the books as a sack and a loss of a yard, but more importantly, it leads to fourth down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fielded at about the 28. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and that will come the offense as they take over. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. When you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. For the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Slant route connects with Deebo Samuel. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. Now Purdy. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Purdy sets up to throw again. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, defensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Purdy. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And the Niners are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. It's been all passing all the time on this drive. 5 for 5, and now 1st and goal.
Feels like a case of until they stop us, we might as well keep running the offense that we like to run. Don't change up and do something different.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Moody good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And the Eagles going to get one final possession in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. 30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10. Hurts. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking here for Smith downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
third down, he'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards. Back to throw again. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. And he's got this all the way down to the 5-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 41 yards.
This defense is definitely reeling a little bit now. Back-to-back big plays given up. And you know what's all defenses talk about. How do you limit that? Instead, they got hit by a 1-2 punch those last couple of plays, and now they've got their backs to the goal line.
And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it. And it'll be second down.
I'm not liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
The second down and 10th there, knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up fourth down here.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime over. No problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Isaiah Rodgers. And he will score. Touchdown, Eagles.
We've sat in a lot of meetings, and they always talk about the offense taking advantage of beginning a half. Well, special teams coaches don't listen to that. They want to take advantage with their own unit, and they just did.
Yeah, they trailed in the locker rooms, and they changed that immediately.
I think they drew that one up special. That felt like something he pulled out of his pocket that he'd been holding for a while, and they were able to use it effectively.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 17-14. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Purdy now on second down. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. Room here to run. A big play there for the Niners. 42 yards.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam, but notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
Ayuk goes in motion. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Purdy will set up to throw it here.
Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Here is 3rd and 5. Here's Purdy.
Connects with Kittle underneath. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it.
Here we go with McCaffrey.
And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Purdy now to throw.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. If you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
Throwing here, Purdy.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Hassan Reddick able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And that is no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. So an 8-play drive gets them down there, but play number 9, that winds up a missed field goal.
And they definitely moved the ball well. That's a drive where you hate to come away with nothing.
So here are the Eagles to take over. They're looking to bounce back following the loss to the Giants last week, and they do lead here right now, and they've got the football obviously as well. 1st and 10. So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On 1st down, Hurts. Quick slant here to Smith. And he's brought down. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle 1st down.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. And that's
good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
On second down, Swift. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Throwing is Hurts. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And just shutting him off there. And the Eagles are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed. But that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a first down.
Here's Hurts to throw. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. And the sack leads to roughly a loss of 6, and it brings up second and goal.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on first and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively. But, Brandon, this is a different type of football. Back in my day, first and goal from the 2, love it.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts doing it himself from 9 yards out as his guys are able to extend their lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. The 49ers getting set to trot out there. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Back to throw, Purdy. Looking for the out route. He's got it. Completes a Kittle. And they get him down to number 4. Takes it across the 40-yard line. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd down and 3. Purdy looking to throw. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Rodgers on the return. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 15. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. 2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. He'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll drop to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Purdy's throw pulled in by Kittle. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
2nd and 10. Purdy. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. Oh, boy, Christian McCaffrey shaken up, so hold everything here as they're going to take a look at it. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Now Purdy. Got the connection here to Bourne. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Flush to his right. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. And how about the dime look here? 6 DBs on 3rd and inches.
Daring them to run the ball.
This short throw caught by Goddard. And he is going to have an Eagles first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
And And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
That's so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand.
Swift is hit, and he coughs it up. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. This one to Bourne out on the left side. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. As a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. Back to throw. Purdy. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there at 22. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Running left, here's Mitchell. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. Second and 7. Out of the gun, Purdy. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. He is just not at his focus in this game. It's not 1 drop. It's not 2. That's 3 for this contest.
Yeah, uncharacteristic for any NFL receiver, and he's no exception. Going for it, it's Mitchell. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A touchdown run there from a yard out.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the football to break the play. Mitchell. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete. They can't hook up on 4th and goal from the 4. And this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And they'll get him down up past the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone. Once again, it's Swift. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Fights loose. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as he gets this up past the 30. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. DeAndre Swift, touchdown, Philadelphia. DeAndre Swift, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. So Purdy and the Niners down by 2 touchdowns. A minute 52 to play. Field goals useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Throwing, Purdy.
The nice thing is that you've still got all your timeouts, so the middle of the field, that should still be an option, especially if you see the defenders pinching the sideline. You can run a little seam route right here and pick up some nice yardage.
Under 90 seconds to go. Here's 2nd and 10. Purdy to throw. Got a man. That's Ayuk. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 41-yard line. Here's Purdy to throw. This one caught by Kittle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Purdy to throw. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion. So I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Now 1st and goal. Here's Purdy. This will be... Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Eagles. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. To throw is Purdy.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments, and anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
Third down and goal coming up here. Again, it's Purdy to throw it. Now, throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
Purdy, big fourth down play. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. A great open field tackle that's going to stop him shy of the goal line. We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.